Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kazar, and today we're going to be jumping into Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. This game popped up on my radar quite recently, actually, as it is just coming out this week. And I gotta say, I'm really intrigued by it. It's got that feel of the old Telltale games. And if you know from the channel, we've already played the Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo game, which you could also watch in its entirety. And I just like the look of this game. I have not ever played any of the Vampire the Masquerade games. I know that this is a divergence from the series, which usually has a lot more control over how you be a vampire. But this intrigued me because I really like the idea of these, really diving into the story of these characters that they presented in this game. So we're gonna jump in and see what kind of a wild ride we're in for here. Ooh. The Boston court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Leisha, and Caleb are summoned by the prince. Now I know that there's a little bit of background I do know about this game. I know that it's essentially like Game of Thrones with vampires, as far as how the different groups have these hierarchies, and there's higher vampires and lower vampires and all sorts of crazy stuff. So it would be really cool to get to know this lore as we're playing. Vampires walk among us. Unknowing, we've built their cities, fought their wars, and sated their hunger. For centuries, these creatures have been organized into rival sects, the largest of which is the Camarilla. Hopefully I got that right. In its domains, Camarilla courts enforce the Masquerade, a global conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from the mortal world. Breaking the Masquerade is punishable by final death. In Boston, vampire factions have long since been at each other's throats. After much conflict, Hazel Iverson, the new prince, has sealed a fragile pact with a group of blood sorcerers known as the Hartford Chantry. This alliance will not only provide stability to the domain, but it will hand the prince the blood trade, the trafficking of blood and mortal victims that serves the needs of the vampire elite. Tonight, the undead will celebrate. Nacon. Presents.
I'll just get this going. There, ready. We're all set. Now, to begin, tell me, what do you see?
I don't know.
Okay. Try this. Focus on your vision.
No, it's happening. What's happening? No, it's too late. It's too late now. They're coming.
Whoa. What have we gotten ourselves into? Prophecy? Like, what is this? I think I saw one of the vampire characters we play on the ground there dead, but I might have been mistaken.
Did you feel it too?
Take your stuff. We're getting out of here. got a problem.
Okay, she was definitely dead.
Call them back.
What's going on?
It's the prince. We must go quickly.
So interesting. Is she vampire or victim? Or both? Prince's quarters. 11 p.m.
Come on. Damn it. Hurry up.
Calm down. Maybe it has nothing to do with the party.
You know full well I was in charge of it. If anything goes wrong, it's my head on the chopping block. Fuck! Damn it! It took Hazel months to convince the Hartford Chantry to ally themselves with us. So they finally accept, and then bam, a code red. There's never been a code red in Boston, damn it! This has gotta be bad,
Okay, so in a dialogue, some answers require the use of your skills. Your skill level is compared to that of your opponent. The higher rating wins. You cannot use a skill if its rating is 0. So right now, willpower is at 12. Using a skill... Oh, okay. Using a skill consumes willpower. If your opponent wins, you gain a few willpower at the end of the dialogue. So, it looks like I'm at a 2. or this character I'm playing right now, is at a 2, and Journey's at a 1. So, therefore, I will win. That's interesting, because that means I will get to see whether or not I'll succeed at a task. Okay. So I could go Psychology, which I have 2 at, or Persuasion, which I have nothing at. So I'm not allowed, because, right, I am not allowed to use one that I have a 0 at. So, Psychology it is.
It's not like you had anything to do with it. I'm sure...
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem,
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
What's a code red?
Did you say this is the first code red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet access. Our smartphones.
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. A code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say, watch out, we're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
So what does clean house mean?
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
So, my guess here is that they're afraid of humans finding them, and so this is like the mafia running aground if the cops are trying to take them down.
What comes after phase 2?
Just pray that it never comes to that.
Come on, tell me.
We run, we leave everything behind, and we go into hiding, as far from here as we can.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my clubs. I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be alright?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Just keep your cool and it'll be fine.
There's a lot of vitiligo in this game.
My little darlings. You're here at last. The fear that something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
The prince asked to see you as
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I pushed the wrong button.
soon
Dang
as...
it. There we go. Boston. A little bit of background info here. Let's see. So, Mem, men of bronze, born in Harlem. Mem grew up in a family of poor African-American performers. Her father, Mason, was a musician by night and window washer by day. Musician by night. Her mother, Clara, sang when she was not taking care of her 4 children. When he was drafted in 1917, Mem's father enlisted in the 15th Regiment of the New York National Guard. Let's see here. Mem was 17 years old and was a dancer. She spent her time with the elite and would come listen to her father. She was young, beautiful, and radiant. Her life was the night. As the champagne and money flowed, she was determined and alluring, the embodiment of a free and independent woman of the early 20th century. She had a fiery temperament that soon attracted the attention of Europe's divas. Let's see here. A passionate relationship formed between them and a person named Hilda, who confided in MM and told her about her vampiric nature over the course of the next 3 years, for their love to endure, but also seduced by the promise of eternal youth. MM asked to be sired right away. It would take yet another 3 years, however, before Hilda managed to get the local prince to agree to it. The prince feared that the young woman's notoriety would be a danger to the masquerade. With the prince's blessing at last, Hilda threw a spectacular celebration in honor of her companion, whom she would embrace at the end of this memorable evening. Having lived in Vienna since the meeting of the Karl Theater, Hilda and MM left Austria in 1934 for Paris, then Bordeaux. Alas, France's surrender in 1940 forced the couple to reconsider their plans. With the help of her contacts in London, Hilda managed to negotiate a crossing to Boston, her hometown. Though hesitant at first, the city's Malkavian prince, Quentin King, finally granted them asylum. MM and Hilda were introduced to the court, where 50 years of intrigue would bring their passion to its inevitable end. Following her breakup with Hilda, MM moved to a suburban Boston neighborhood far away from King, political schemes, and her sire. The area, however, with its infamous reputation due to the large population of thin bloods and anarch sympathizers, did not make for a wise investment, but MM refused to give up. She renovated a small theater and transformed it into a club that she named the Black Rattlers, in homage to her father's battalion. Then she turned to the stage and progressively regained her visibility and reputation. She met kindred from all walks of unlife and, against all odds, managed to bring renewal to the neighborhood which the Bostonian youth began to frequent. The Black Rattlers grew more prominent and became one of the city's leading clubs, where anyone was welcome regardless of their clan, faction, or origin. In 10 years, MM had managed to create a zone of peace where vampires from the Camarilla and Thin Bloods could sit together and listen to the finest jazz. So I'm guessing Thin Bloods is a euphemism for humans, like non-turned humans, non-vampires in any words. It was here that she met Hazel Iverson, who's the charming gentleman we saw in the cutscene just a bit ago, the one drinking the blood. Charmed by the Ventrue's temperament and ideas, MM sympathized with Iverson, who claimed the throne of Boston in 2014. Or maybe I'm wrong. Hazel Iverson, maybe that wasn't him. I thought that was, maybe not. Although the departure of Quentin King with his hordes of minions delighted MM, she still obstinately refused to return to the court. The only thing that mattered to her were her clubs. She had 3 now, clubs with the growing social and political power that Hazel had not forgotten. Alright. So we got... Okay, so Caleb is who I was thinking of. So Hazel must be the prince. And we've also seen this person, Leisha, I want to say is how you pronounce that, in the cutscene as well. We'll probably come back to them at a later time once we get to really meet these individuals. But I want to know from you guys if you're interested in me reading off more of this stuff, more of the back lore, or if you're just more interested in watching the game play through. I think I'd probably only focus on these 2 more backstories, unless you guys really like to hear all the... Because it's really cool that they go into a lot of depth with the lore, especially because they're vampires. They literally are living as long as they want to, or as long as they don't get, you know, killed by somebody, so, or undead again by somebody. So there's a lot of history behind these people. So very, very cool. Again, let me know let me know below if you're interested in the comments in hearing more about all this sort of stuff. So here we got the Codex, which lists and explains many concepts from Swansong and the World of Darkness. The main characters you will meet are also listed in the Boston screen. So we've got clans, sects, and World of Darkness. So there's different clans. So for example, what's the one they keep talking about? Is it Ventru? Ventru, not Venture. In their own eyes, only the Clan of Kings has the restraint, the wisdom, the control, and the pedigree to lead their kind through the night. Throughout their time as god kings of ancient Babylon and the lords and ladies of the Dark Ages, to their contemporary roles as guardians of royal blood, majority shareholders, and campaign fund backers, they have been obsessed with the impulse to rule. They collect their tithes in the form of precious blood, ensuring the growth of their legacy. So different sects. Okay, so Camarilla must be a sect of one of these clans. Possibly. Let's see here. Prince is a vampire who is claimed to give an expansive domain as their own, generally a city, and sports that claim against all others. So very much like the Mafia. The Red Salon is a low-profile and comfortable place where all the Boston kindred who can afford it go to enjoy mortals that have been expertly prepared by Dr. Richard Dunham. Gross. Let's see here. Representatives of the major Camarilla factions in the area are called the Primogen Council. Whether they are clan elders or a gathering of those who hold the largest hunting grounds, they speak directly to the prince, who will do best by listening to their advice. More than one lord has been ousted by their own council. Cool stuff. Alright, we'll come back to... Or talents will become relevant later, but one of the cool things about this game is that takes it apart from like a Telltale game is that you actually get to... spec up each of these 3 characters you're going to be focusing on throughout the game. So it's kind of like a pseudo RPG in a lot of ways. So talents increase your abilities. Each talent is tied to a specific action. Repeating these actions will progressively unlock the tiers of a talent. So essentially, just like what we did before a second ago, we'll be able to boost our numbers so that we can persuade better or have better psychology or all that sort of fun stuff.
You arrived, ma'am. I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey, someone's triggered a code red. If anything has happened over there, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Jeez. Okay. Disciplines. Vampires have supernatural abilities usually inherited from their clan disciplines. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues, as with skills the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against discipline. Okay. So, we also have the hunger meter that's coming into here. Using a discipline generates hunger. Hunger has a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their powers. A vampire at their hunger limit risks losing control, attacking and feeding on the nearest or on the closest mortal. So essentially, we would lose the element of surprise or any kind of control over that. So, we've got flattery, and we've got persuasion, which we have a 0 in. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any chance of success here, but I think we're gonna try it anyway. Presence. So presence is... I guess presence is one of our abilities? We'll see. Flatter April.
You know, back in the day, nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it. You must know exactly what Jay is being blamed for, don't you?
My dear I adore you. Really, I do. But darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial. The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you. From now on, I don't want to hear another word out of either of you. The prince is furious. journey. You're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you,
Ooh.
Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
So we just got the trait put in her place from that interaction. So if we're looking at traits here, there we go. So traits are positive or negative effects that influence the abilities of the character in question. Traits are only revealed once they have been earned as the result of an action, a character's choice, or a consequence. The hunger level, whether low or high, confers temporary traits that affect the character's abilities. And suspicion, as it rises, suspicion rating creates more negative traits that increase the difficulty faced by the characters. So this kind of reminds me of something like the Until Dawn series. I can't remember what the series is actually called, but I just always call it the Until Dawn series since that was the first game, where based on your interactions, the characters like gain sort of how they interact with the environment. They gain sort of personality based on what you have them do. So it's less about how people are reacting to you and more about like how they're reacting with the world. If that makes any sense. So put in her place, has encouraged others more powerful, or encountered others more powerful than her for now, something to strengthen her mind for future challenges. Oh, interesting. So that means we're going to gain -10 to the next experience cost for the mental attribute. So we're going to, that means, is that a benefit to us? So we're going to, what our next mental attribute is going to cost less or cost more? I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out.
It's gonna be a long night.
You can say that again. We got a lot of
Miss
hunger.
Lewis, welcome.
Oh, wow, we got bowed to. That's fun. Can we go out through these doors? Typical me. Always going where I shouldn't. Where I'm not wanted. Random doors. Yeah, that dude's definitely a vampire. Oh boy, is he the prince? He looks
Who's she,
terrifying.
Emem Lewis.
She smiles like a toreador.
Letters etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward glance, he could make the blood in your veins boil.
Eternal
Is court
protector.
attendance usually this sparse?
Huh. There are usually more of us. Everyone should be at the party. Everyone should have been at the party.
We should have all left by now.
Are you worried about the Code Red?
I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
He's second honcho of house security. This promises to be a busy night.
I know what you
no-nos.
mean. It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask the prince tonight if you can embrace me?
No. Now is no longer the time.
Oh, so she's not yet a vampire, but wants to be.
And he is your child?
Mr. Beryl Underwood.
It's a child. Like, did he create him? Let's see. He's one of the members of the Primogen.
Tread lightly. He's a member of the Primogen.
They're the check to the prince's power.
The check and balance. They backed Hazel when she rose to power after Quentin King. They'd hoped to control her.
What?
Interesting.
Things didn't go as planned?
I just have a feeling she will surprise them.
Okay, so
Never
the term
forget
prince
that
is
the
gender
court
neutral.
is a chessboard. We are monsters, and we sacrifice pawns. If you want to be a major piece, then behave accordingly.
But...
Nothing can happen to you here. We're in the prince's house. She must be finished by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
It's out of the question, MM! I won't let her get away with this!
All right. Calm down, Dijon.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Don't start with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take responsibility for this.
Leave her out of it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you? We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dijon!
What? Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
Leave us.
So she's the one who found her here.
I don't need your help.
Mem, please.
Stop calling me that.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
Lower your voice. People are staring.
Oh, wait. Or is this the person... Oh, God, I've already forgotten. Is this the person that made her a vampire? Let's see. So, dialogue. Focus... Actually, let's see if I could do this. Okay, focus up allows you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more the willpower cost increases. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines or knowledge cannot be focused. Okay. So, let's go back here for a second. Boston, Mem. And... Yep, that's the one who made them a vampire. Crazy. Okay. Alright, so if we push... Oh, there we go. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of the conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonuses or penalties, as well as spending experience points. Okay. So that one's pushed up to 2. So we got a 30% chance of success against... Can I turn focus off again? Oh. How am I doing this? Oh, left or right? That would make more sense. I'm literally trying to click in the thumbstick just to see... Just to make it happen, but... So, we go from a 0% chance of success to a 30% chance. Let's see. Rhetoric. Does she know anything about the code red? Oh, damn. She focused against us. Your opponents can also focus their own skills. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1 level. So that's good to know, because that way if we could bump it up twice, then we'd know that I would have been more powerful than her. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, skills focus, use of disciplines, the more the risk of opponent focus increases. Okay, so the more I use my powers, the more likely they are to work against me and like make sure that they're focused. The less they'll trust me, essentially. Okay.
Do you know what this code red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently, it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him? He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes up. He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen. As if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey, of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
Interesting.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham. Mr. Leto's teams are trying to reach them, but...
Nobody's answering?
No.
So there's a party that not everybody is making it out alive from. I mean, what's the term for not undead anymore?
Hazel must be pissed. What the hell could she want with me?
Ooh, boy. Pills, pills everywhere, but not a drop to drink. What is behind that door? Unstable seer.
Is everything okay, Mom? Penny for your thoughts?
Nothing, Pumpkin. What were you saying?
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret. I'm gonna stay here with you now.
I don't like it when Richard takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist. He's helping me so I can be with you.
Mom has a little trouble sometimes, remember?
I see things that haven't happened yet. And I forget others.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone sometimes. But 3 years was too long.
I've missed her so much, we won't be separated again. We won't be separated again.
But now we'll be together forever.
We'll be inseparable.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
Yes, exactly.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So what do we do now?
I was told to wait here because Hazel wants to see us.
There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on.
Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
Leisha. It's been a while. Hey, MM. When did you get out?
Just tonight. Hazel wanted to see me.
That means she's extremely worried about the situation.
That, or she's a major drama queen.
Ooh. Should she show the prince more respect, or doesn't realize... Okay, MM doesn't realize how serious it is.
You shouldn't make light of the situation. Believe me, there aren't many of us who have experienced a Code Red and survived.
Thanks for the heads up, Professor Bazori. First Siaka, now you. Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you asked for it.
Or maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
Interesting. Dejan asked for it.
Siaka jumped down my throat. Was I supposed to let him take his nerves out on me? No, I'm sorry. That's not how things work, Bazori.
We must all remain calm and accept any help we can get, even from the most unusual sources.
That's surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties come from a more solid source than a prophecy from a child of Malkov.
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
MM can believe whatever she wants. I don't care.
And yet, many of the things I saw ended up happening. Quentin King's disappearance, Hazel's rise to power, your breakup with Hilda, too. But you're probably right. It's just Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Only time will tell.
Good evening, ladies, sir. The prince shall see you now.
M.M. Lewis. Rebellious star, the diva who lights up Boston's nights. But bringing light into a world of darkness can be perilous. M.M. knows this, but she doesn't care. So we can choose a profile. They can be an investigator, a jack of all trades, a veteran, or free. The profile that focuses on knowledge and skill. Profile that focuses on knowledge and skills that allow you to go undercover, extort, or steal information. Well, what do we choose? Oh, I see. That's the investigator one. So if they're investigator, they're better on with knowledge and skills with going undercover. Jack of all trades is a profile that focuses on improving attributes and a large selection of skills. It allows for a maximum number of interactions, but with less mastery. Okay. Veteran profile that focuses on dialogue skills and the physical attribute allows you to use the character's aura in conversations. That could be interesting. Or free. A profile with no pre-attributed points. I wonder if that means that I get to create it however I want, or we don't get any points to start off with. I think I'm probably... okay. I could go Jack of all trades. I feel like if these are the same options for the other two, I probably would take Investigator with... Gabian, whatever his name is, the guy. I might take Investigator with him. Dialogue skills and the physical attribute. This sounds like, I mean, she's like a really straightforward individual. Subtlety's doesn't really seem like her thing. So I think I might give her veteran because it's all about dialogue and physical stuff. So, you know, talking straight up to people and probably beating them to a pulp is what she's going to be good at. Alright, at the start of a scene, previously earned experience points can be spent to improve the character's abilities. These abilities are divided into two areas, the character sheet and the discipline sheet. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and disciplines. Attributes increase the chance of victory in case of a tie. Improving them also increases the willpower cost of focus. Okay. Oh, sorry, it decreases the willpower cost of focus. That makes sense. And then knowledge, the use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. Okay, so the knowledge skills are deduction and education, but by choosing what we did, she's got 2 in physical, 2 in social, 1 in mental, and we've got 1 in rhetoric, 2 in persuasion, and 1 in technology. Okay. So that means, okay, let me just make sure I'm absolutely clear on this. So each attribute affects a specific list of skills. I would say that skills and disciplines. Attributes increase the chance of victory, success in case of a tie, and improving them also decreases the willpower and cost of focus, depending on which of these things we're using. I'm surprised that intimidation is not one of the ones that we just received. Okay. The discipline sheet contains the disciplines the character possesses. Discipline powers, experience points invested in a discipline increase the level and can provide additional powers. Discipline powers can be passive and may be used in dialogue or in exploration. So these are those things that are going to be great for I think what she was trying to do earlier was like sort of persuade with her mind, kind of Jedi Force mind trick the person she was talking to. So that's where some of those are going to come in, but I think that some of the other ones are going to be showing up in like how we can get around the environment and maybe sneak or stealth or be extra strong or whatever. So if we're choosing those, we got Auspex, Presence, and Celerity. Cool. Wow, we need some vocab words here. Word of the day, Celerity. Auspex. Supernatural perception. Once activated, it heightens your 5 senses and allows you to see possible futures and read your enemies. Crazy. So, at the first level here, we've got heightened senses, which activates Auspex vision, has no blood cost, or no hunger cost, I should say. Reveals interactions related to the 5 senses. The hunger cost depends on your Auspex rating and the difficulty of the interaction. So, hang on. It has no hunger cost, but then it says the hunger cost depends on your rating and the difficulty of the interaction. Weird. Okay. But then, like, the next level up is psychometry, which is +1 Auspex, and Auspex vision reveals interactions related to the memories of an item. Oh, that's interesting. So you can like touch an item and gain memories from them. The hunger cost depends on your Auspex rating and the difficulty of the interaction. Oh, that might just be what it says for all of them. And as soon as I say that, the next ones are no hunger cost whatsoever. Okay, so if we go to Celerity, this is a discipline that allows you to traverse the environment at high speed and slows down your perception of time. That's actually really cool. So with what we got here, we've got Blink, activates Celerity vision, has no hunger cost, reveals anchor points in the environment that MM can reach using Blink. Blink shows that, Blink allows you to move instantly from one anchor point to another. It generates 3 hunger. Okay. And then she also has Fleetness. In certain situations, it allows you to slow down the environment around the character using Celerity vision. There is no blood cost. Celerity interactions like pickpocket are available in this state. The hunger cost depends on your Celerity rating and the difficulty of the interaction. Interesting. Okay. So that must be that extra little flavor text there. The hunger cost depends on your Celerity rating and the difficulty of the interaction. That must be in extra situations like pickpocketing that's on top of that. Okay. So Blink is going to be cool, which would help her, because I kind of was thinking of her as not being super stealthy, but in case we do need to have her be stealthy in a situation, blinking from one spot to the next would be great. And then there's Presence. This is a discipline tied to charisma, ability to influence the emotions of those around you. That's what she was trying to use earlier, which would be great if we're going for like intimidation and persuasion with her. That might be where we pump some points. Gives access to Presence as a dialogue choice, which is what we used before. And it just looks like it adds more Presence points to it so that you can be more successful in taking on these other people that you're fighting against. Not fighting against, having a conversation against. Oh, there's lore for each of these things? Celerity. Some Canaanites are so agile and quick that they defy the laws of this world, but it's more than just their physical abilities. Their alert minds allow them to react to any situation. Auspex increases a kindred's perception to the point that they can discern auras. When well honed, this gift can become a curse. The divining eye can sometimes break a vampire's mind. Ooh. And then Presence, a vital discipline used to seduce, intimidate, and influence others. That's like the core vampire thing. Kindred are able to caress with one hand while clawing with the other. This discipline can be used to mask a feeding as an intense sexual encounter. Crazy. Okay. So do we have a means to upgrade? Both of these we already have, so there's nothing to upgrade there. Right? Oh, and these are like high cost. We only have 5 points on everything so far. This one's 45. Yeah, so we're going to be gaining a lot more points before we can upgrade. Okay. So if we go to character, we have 5 experience to do as well, but again, these costs are still like at 10, 30, all this sort of stuff. So if we're looking at physical, when dialogue ratings are equal, the winner is determined based on a percentage. This attribute affects the skill intimidation and the clarity discipline. Okay. Oh, sorry, celerity. I keep wanting to say clarity, which is the one that is all about moving through the environment really, really fast. Social. This one focuses on skill and rhetoric. Oh, this is good. So as I mouse over here, it's showing me below which ones it's connected to. So it affects rhetoric and persuasion as well as the presence discipline. And that one is the one about charisma and making people do what you want them to do. And then mental is all psychology. When dialogue ratings are equal, oh, this one's psychology as well as the dominate discipline. Which, what is dominate? That's not in the list. The dominate discipline. Is that something extra that we don't have yet? Weird. Maybe it's above, because we have, I see there's 1, 2, 3, and then there's a blank spot above, so we might not have this dominate thing quite yet. Okay. Alright. Oh. Oh, hang on. Have I not locked it in yet? If I choose investigator. Okay, same basic thing here. But it gave me more in... Did it give me more in heightened senses? Yeah, it gave me less in celerity. And the same amount in blank. So if we do jack of all trades, physical, social, and mental all have points in them. Everything's got a little bit in it, and it goes completely equal all the different directions. If I do free, okay, so if I do free, I can actually choose everything about it. I've got points, so I could choose to go over in any direction I want. That's actually cool. I'm hoping that I can do that with the last character, just to sort of see what it's like with MM and the other guy, and maybe this seer we can do some more tinkering with. All right, I say let's. Do I hit upgrade? I can't upgrade. Cancel, hold, cancel all, back, cancel, apply. There we go. It was hiding over in the right corner. I didn't know what it was. Okay, and then we're just gonna go with no cost to any of these things. So we go through.
Hazel.
Ah, look at the guy in the corner. Jeez.
Delson.
What's wrong with his mouth? Ugh.
I wanted to have a word with you.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we last saw each other. Tell me, where were you tonight?
Like everybody else, I suppose. At home, getting ready for the party.
How fortunate you weren't running early.
Why? What's happened?
You know what the Code Red means. There was a breach. This is intolerable. These agreements were supposed to celebrate the power of my court. Instead, I've been made to look a fool in the eyes of my allies. We'll have to increase our diplomatic efforts with the warlocks. Send new emissaries to Osborne.
What's that got to do with me?
Don't you worry about that for now. We have more urgent matters to attend to. We bring Journey to me.
Oh, interesting. Well, she's here. Why did she not come up immediately? Why?
What do you want with her?
I have a few questions I need to ask her. If mistakes were made, I need to know what happened. I'm sure that your friend will have a lot to tell me.
It's not her fault.
She hasn't done anything. Hazel.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yes, my prince. I'll be right back.
I didn't bring you here just for that. I have something to offer you.
I'm listening.
It's about the Primogen Council. You know everyone who's in it. Beryl, Richard, Hilda. Their support was much appreciated after the disappearance of the previous prince.
Quentin King.
But now, they've become an obstacle. It's been going on for months. They systematically oppose everything that I do. It must stop now.
Probably best to just keep silent in this situation. Plus, I can't do anything with the other one anyway, so decision is made.
The Camarilla has faced many challenges in the past few years. Many of our strongholds have fallen. I won't let Boston suffer the same fate. But for that, I need loyal allies. Also, how would you like a spot in the Primogen?
What?
You've always taken care of your community, without ever asking for anything in return. It might be time you took a leading role in the community's affairs.
Hilda won't let you do it. She'll never see me as her equal. Being seated next to her child? She'll feel humiliated.
I'm her prince. She will obey me.
She's not gonna like it.
I don't care. What I'm offering is much bigger than all that. What do you think?
So child means that they created them. So she was created by Hilda. So that there's an obvious power struggle there between, like, who came first. I think I'll need to think about it.
I don't know. I need to think about it.
Time is of the essence. You're a businesswoman, I know you'll be up to it. But we'll talk about it again soon. In the meantime...
I know. Jay, I'm going to go see Sylvia first. I need to clear my head.
Do it. You won't be able to hunt tonight. It's better to be prepared. Bring me Journey.
I will.
I have the utmost confidence in you, Do not fail me.
You can count on me. What the hell is going on?
Weird. So she's kind of bribing us to bring our friend so that way we can...
I'm happy to see you in one piece.
Hey, Syl. I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course. I'll get you a glass.
I was thinking more like a vessel.
Oh.
So a vessel is a source of blood for sustenance, pleasure, primarily mortal. Good to know. What is Flesh of Life? Apparently it does not want me to go there. Okay.
Serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it. I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
Okay. The Hunt. Safe Zone. A safe zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring the surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time.
No news from anyone.
Do you think that...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around. Exactly. We've got to keep our wits about us. Got it?
Yeah.
So these are our vessels, I guess.
Do you want us to...
What is it you want? How do we do this?
Did you need something?
We need to keep them... So something about hunting. We need to get them in here. So the prey will naturally be revealed as you approach them. To feed, you will need to find a safe zone you can lure your prey to. Go after isolated prey. If it is surrounded by potential witnesses, sending the prey to a safe zone will increase suspicion of you. Okay. So I need to choose somebody that... Well, luckily they're all pretty much away from each other. I'm just going to talk to him because he's furthest away.
Let me know if I can help. Good evening.
What is why? Oh dear.
Come on. It won't take long.
Okay.
Why is a good thing?
Sure.
I literally thought I was going to just nosh on his neck there, right in the open. Vampires use their powers to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. If you do not press the button, or if you don't release it before the bar is full, the prey will die, drained of its blood. So killing prey will increase suspicion, mortals will be on their guard, while vampires will question your respect for the masquerade. Okay, so is we push the button, is it like, it's like the old-timey sports games? Actually, I shouldn't say old-timey, they still use this mechanic today where you have to like hit it at the right time or stop it. We'll see. So we gotta press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. And then if you do not press the button or if you don't release it before the bar is full, the prey will die. I guess we're just gonna Did I kill him? I pushed the button. Some prey their blood emotionally... Okay. Some prey their blood emotionally charged have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides an experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one acquired is saved. Weird. So what the heck is a resonance? Just an experience bonus. Oh, I see, for the corresponding discipline. So kind of like the traits we were experiencing earlier, this one gives us like a boost to a specific discipline. Second bite. If your prey survives, you may feed on it a second time. However, this will cause it to die and increase suspicion. We don't want to do that. Is he dead? No. That would... He's not dead. We're okay. Is there another
All right, Jay.
place?
Where are you hiding?
Can I go here? New alcove. Wonder if I could take this guy.
Come with me. There.
Going.
Let's try this again. See if we can get some more hunger satiated? Sated? Sated is the word I'm looking for. God, this guy needs to get a shirt. Come on. Much better. So it's kind of a game of chicken. We gotta test to see if, like, because it moves very quickly, so we basically have to make sure that we let go before they die, but by holding on longer, we get more of our hunger taken care of. Good to know. Good to know. Problem is, we're gonna have to do this in public soon in the game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. If you want to see more of what's happening in this game or on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos, including new videos for this series. Like this video so it shows up in the YouTube algorithms, and as always, folks, I will see you in the next game.